slow enough, or like, it allows for a window of time for Prince to do Zushin things. So
Yeah.
I'm with it.
It's okay. This is actually fine.
Let him cook.
This lineup is cooking. This is bussin', and confirmed it will be
Respectfully.
Chaknu on the roam and Ryota on the XP
See, there it
Akai.
is. Oh my God, so many throwbacks, so many ways for these two lineups to interact, and I'm excited. Again, as clear as it was, we were very Fanatic on excited, but with this draft, I don't know anymore.
Yeah, the index actually agrees with you, brother.
Oh.
So let's throw it over to Nice Winingan. I'm sure they're gonna have a lot of fun with this specific
Ooh,
matchup.
yeah.
Let's go.
That is correct. We are going to have a lot of fun with this lineup, and I got to say, man, I'm still going to say this many times throughout even playoffs. I love our meta right now. You have a lineup like this being brought to the table here from Smart Omega, but also for FNOP, and we'll see what ends up happening here. Once again, I'm Nice, and this is Ingon for the desk. The last match, or highlighted match for day number 2. It's the week 8, last week of the regular season, and this is where we find out. Again, both teams having already secured their playoff spot. Is FNOP going to make even more history by just taking all their games undefeated, or is Smart Omega going to be that team to end the streak?
It could be, but coming into the playoffs 14-0, I mean, that adds a lot of pressure if you're Fnatic Onic. I mean, you're undefeated during the regular season. What more can happen? But look at Ryota with the Akai. I'm pretty sure Renmar's really happy right now because Akai's been picked again, but this time at the XP lane.
You know what? You're probably just saying that because he's a panda, right? I mean, like...
No, Renmar really loves the Akai. He's been rooting for this Akai.
Well, nonetheless, it is not very often that you see an Akai go into the XP lane, or just in general, you don't see him too often anymore. Yeah,
it's the second time he's picked.
Second time he's picked, but also, you saw all the bans throughout the draft towards Chakra, right? He still goes and takes the Carmilla. Because all the heroes that he's even brought to the table throughout the season, as many unique heroes as Chakra has played, he's still got a lot up his sleeve, right? And so that's something that obviously every team kind of handles with, depending on what their specialists are. And right now, looks like bottom lane.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
Oh, the KK connection goes
What?
after Jom, but Jom stays alive. Okay.
Big J.
Jom has been using this Lunox for 4 straight games now. Yesterday, he did in a 3-game series.
Yeah.
And this time, he picked it up once again. Speaking of pickup, Super Prince can just easily span out the Lantern Flare from the front liners as Ryota here works on Kirk. Here comes Sindoryu. He can enter at any given moment. Brusco not yet level 4, so the threat of the implosion is not yet there.
Yeah, so they're going to wait, get this buff locked in here. Purple, at least for Andorra. You see King Kong working on his orange. And they'll meet up here for this first objective take. And right now, too, you have a couple ultimates available for both sides. Ukir did go and take the Primal Wrath for this, too. And obviously, both gold laners just going to stay on this bottom side of the map. But really, with a lot of the utility that there is for both teams, some of these team fights, it really comes down to, who's able to get those resources out faster. I'm talking about the Flickers, even the Purifies that have to be worked through here. So right now, no one really wants to commit to it as both junglers still get both buffs.
Okay, Chakni charging up the Bloodbath. He wants to go for the stun. But again, the zone out coming in from Super Prince. Plus the Sacred Hammer might be able to take down Chaknu here. Has to pop his Purify before the first turtle. And that's what you're saying. The resource expended for Omega.
Yeah, this might be enough. I mean, King Kong knows that Ukir's here. I would assume that they also know, with the fact that they got the Purify out from Chaknu, and he's probably going to reset for now. So this could be a turtle for FNOP taken here. They're going to start it up. You can already see they might go for a trade across the map, too. We've seen teams do this before where they do just kind of ignore that first turtle, but it looks like they were a little bit too late. So FNOP will go ahead and get this objective pretty easily.
Okay, I don't know if you noticed the community prediction, but it was actually 55 to FNOP, 45 for Omega. And actually surprised by that a lot of the teams, people still believe in Omega. But right now, Brusco goes in with the implosion play, plus the Lantern Flare once again onto Chaknu. But this time, Brusco picks up the first kill. And just look at the aggression of Fnatic. And again, going back to my point, the community, 45% of the community still believes in the Lason of Omega.
You know what? Earlier when we had the whole meet and greet, majority of those people were part of the Brung guy. You know what I mean? So like, I'll never count. No matter how many changes, Smart Omega has had, Oh, wow, this is going to be a fight.
Oh, they're going to pick up Chaknu once again. Plus the Wiki Shadow Kill coming in from King Kong, and there's another pin down for King Kong, but they want to go answer right back. Tempest Ablaze just to bring down King Kong. And the answer right away from Endoryu is just too fast for Fnatic.
Good response. Ryota's here around the corner, has Kirk and Super Prince there. Not sure if he can actually commit on this, so it takes a couple shots, but you know, going back to it, man, the barangay has been through all the changes of Smart Omega throughout all its history up to this point, and it's only grown, I would say. And even in this situation where Season 14, they've had a phenomenal season for the most part, and I would say that this is probably some of the best that they've looked in even recent seasons that I can recall of.
Right now, I believe they're at currently third or tied for third along with Aurora and TLPH. We have to check that out later on, but Fnatic Onic just really working on the gold lane as Brusco, making sure to aid out Kelra. And again, 10 seconds, the turtle will spawn. A while ago, Fnatic Onic was able to get it uncontested. Omega wanted to go for a trade down bottom, but Kelra just really playing it safe.
Oh, this one, this is going to be the fight they go for. You can already see it too. They go in, Flicker.
Oh, Kirk goes in with the Flicker. Spear of Destruction is going to connect. We're just going to wait for Keller if he's going to cast it once again, and he did as well. Now he's in the picture as they bring down Ook here. Kirk going to pop his Primal Wrath just to make sure they're going to burst down this turtle already, and Ryota has to pop the heavy spin because just the spamming of the Lantern Flare is just too much for the Barangay.
Yeah, so that's enough. They are going to trade, though. Jome decides to go ahead and push that. Gets that tier 1 down to the bottom side, so he'll go ahead and focus on the next. But they've got to kind of stop the bleeding here. FNOP.
Okay, Chaknu goes in from the back line. Again, the Lantern Flare. Just the Lantern Flare alone has popped a lot of Purifies for Fnatic Onic, so Super Friends has been doing a good job. Juicing.
Whatever you want to say, but it has been a minute since she's been brought up into, you know, some of these games. But the main point of it is Super Prince just has these like certain picks of his, certain mages that he brings to the table, and he nearly plays all of them consistently, like all on the same level, and he's such a good utility mage user. I mean, he's obviously played like burst mages as well, but Super Prince is just really, a lot of times I just feel like he's a little low-key. He does so much for the team, though.
Yeah, he's an unsung hero again. Even the Valentinas that he's been using.
Yeah.
And what I like about Fnatic Onic, alongside Super Friends, is that King Kong doesn't need to dominate just for them to have a really huge lead and to control the game. Look at this KDA, 1-1-0. Although he was able to get the 2 neutral objectives, still, it's not as a dominant start as compared to his previous games, but Fnatic Onic still on the driver's seat. Super Friends just doing a good job zoning out Chaknu and Ryota as they try to contest for the purple buff, and it looks like
They got it.
they got it. They got King Kong?
Yeah, I believe they took the buff because Andorra still has his Retribution, so yeah, he has no purple. And that's the thing, you know, in FNOP, there's a whole reason why they're undefeated. The level of play that they've brought throughout this season in terms of even down to, you know, their micro decisions and some of these skirmishes and everything else. But then you look at what they do on a macro level.
Yeah.
And even when it comes to the drafting, right? Fnatic Onic, as they get this next turtle here, like they are a team that has those unorthodox drafts up their sleeve, especially there with Coach Wynai and everything. So the way they play into this, it's why they're so strong in the season.
Same goes with Omega again. The reason why Fnatic Onic banned Belleric in the second banning phase, because Chaknu's the only Belleric user here for S8. And again, who could forget Kirk Alpha with the Revitalize at the XP lane. So in terms of versatility and unexpected picks, these teams are known for it. And now, as you mentioned, macro, we've been saying this all season long. Even, just look at Super Prince spamming his Lantern Flame. Doesn't even care about the mana. It's not going to go away.
Just say,
okay, might be a risky
beacon.
play here. Crimson Beacon popped as he evades that Ryota Flicker heavy spin combination.
That whole interaction, man, just reminds me of the meme of the guy like poking something and being like, come on, do something. Like that's literally what Super Prince was doing. He's like, come on, guys, do something. And he forced Omega to at least try to make an attempt.
Yeah.
He's going to be fine, though. And
look at Jome.
Oh, what's Jome going to do here?
Okay, he does have the Order in Brilliance in case. Oh, what a catch from Brusco. Forcing out the Order in Brilliance. Here comes the Sacred Hammer as well. Spear of Destruction isn't going to connect, but King Kong onto the back line with the Ubiki Shadow Kill. Going to bring down 2. Just Fnatic Onic, total dominance. All of a sudden, Ukir is also gone. Brusco using that conceal to get more higher ground as they take a mid lane turret. It looks like in 9 minutes, even before the lane spawns, they're going to take down Inhibitor or at the very least pop the Holy Shields.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, this is all part of the plan. Super Fritz is that guy. He'll force some stuff out from Smart Omega, and then, boom, something happens. They get a ton of conversion from that, build up on the lead, and then they just wait for the Lord here. I mean, they're even knocking down, close to knocking down these base turrets without everything. And look at Super Fritz. Like, he is that guy right now, just in front of everyone.
He doesn't care. He's brave. Even Ogir tries to get the ultimate of Super Prince up against 2. He's not even bothered. Haven't popped yet the flicker defensively at the very least. I know he's popped the flicker offensively.
Yep.
And again, Fnatic, we've been saying this all throughout the season. Fnatic's known for their macro, as you mentioned. They're one of those rare teams that could extend the lead, balloon up a lead, even if clashes don't pursue. Just amazing how their game instincts as Andoryu tries to run away from both Kelra and Super Prince. So the first Lord will be bursted down by Fnatic. Kirk pops his Primal Wrath just to make sure they're making quick time here. And again, trying to invade for the purple buff. King Kong, though.
Wait, he got that too?
He got that again.
King Kong, man. Not only did they get the Lord, but he just swooped in with the shadow and took it. Took the buff.
Too fast for King Kong. I mean, okay, to be fair, Andoryu didn't use his Retribution that time. But still.
Yeah, he did. That makes it even more of a wound.
The point was for Omega to just give away the Lord, make sure to Andoryu gets his purple. So as much as possible, they could defend the potential push of Fnatic Onic, but they didn't get any single thing from Fnatic. They're just literally taking everything away from the barangay.
Oh, man, this is like I'm saying. Here's the push. And they get a flicker out.
And Lantern Flare again on Toyota, forcing the heavy spin to be used defensively as the Lord marches in the middle lane. Gonna take down Inhibitor up top and in the middle. They can actually end this right now with one Lord. Brusco goes in with Implosion, not gonna catch anyone though. But the damage is not enough for the Barangay as Brusco's immortality will be popped. And just like that, Kelra brings down Chaknu with a kiss with that Moskov. And look at the Uigi Shadow Kill coming in from King Kong. And even until 8 weeks, Fnatic Onic never ceases to amaze us.